Doing great. In this video, we will do some compounding starting with just $10 using moving averages. We will take 30-second trades on the 30-second chart. Okay, so let's see how much we can make from $10 with the help of moving averages. Before we start the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share your opinion about the video in the comments. If you want more videos like this, please comment below. Also, if you're new here and want to join us, the link is in the description. You can also text us on Telegram at @bbinary support. It's free of cost. Watch the full video, you will find something that can help you win a $50 giveaway. Now, let's move on to the video. First, we will set our indicators. Okay, then click on the indicator and select moving average twice. Next, go to the settings and set the period to 25 for the moving average EMA. You can select any style, but I prefer 2px green for the first one and 50 EMA for the second one. Alright, style it in red color at 2px. That's it. Those are our moving average settings. Now, let's take our first trade of the compounding session for 30 seconds with the help of moving averages. In this video, we will not use SNR. We will just use the moving averages for the 30-second trades on the 30-second chart. Alright? Let's take our first trade. I placed my first trade on odd USD for an upside move. I entered the trade based on the 25 EMA because the candle broke the moving average and then came back to the 50 EMA. That's why I took this trade for the upside move from the 25 EMA, and that trade is currently in our favor. Let's see, only a few seconds left, and we win our first trade of the compounding session. Now my balance has turned into $19. Let's find a trade for $19 on the OTC market for the 30-second time frame. Let's see how the moving average reacts on the 30-second time frame. How does the candle react on the 30-second time frame from the moving average? Okay, here we have a trade. I placed a trade on the Pfizer OTC for an upside move based on the moving average, but I entered a little high. No problem, currently the trade is in our favor. I placed the trade near the moving average, but the candle spiked upwards, resulting in a slightly incorrect entry. However, the trade is still in our favor, and you can see that the candle from the 25 EMA is taking support and turning into a green candle. Alright, and it's a win. We won another trade in the compounding session. My balance has now turned into $26. Let's find a trade for $26 in this session. Okay, we have a trade on Alibaba OTC, but the candle has already turned red, so we will avoid that. Here's a trade on a USD, but we need one more candle that closes near the moving average. Alright, no problem. Let's find another trade. The candle has already turned green. Let's put some assets into favorites. Okay, we have a trade on Netflix OTC, but we are waiting for one more candle. I don't think there are any trades available right now. Let's move on to cryptocurrency pairs. Okay, we have a trade, but no. On Bitcoin, the candle has already moved up. On Dogecoin, I placed a trade for an upside move near the 25 EMA, and the trade is currently in our favor. There are still a few seconds left, only 10 seconds remaining, and it looks like a winner. We won another trade in the compounding session, so now my balance has turned into $49. Let's find a trade for $49 in the cryptocurrency pairs. But we will avoid Ripple. Okay, I got a good entry on Ripple OTC near the 50 EMA for a downside move. That's why I took this trade, and it's currently in our favor. It looks like a good win. It was a retracement trade from the moving average, and it's still going in our favor. With only a few seconds left, it's a win. We won another trade. Now my balance has turned into $92. Let's find a trade for $92 on the OTC market. Alright, we have a trade on Apple OTC for a downside move from the 50 EMA. I placed a trade for the downside move on Apple OTC from the 50 EMA, and it's currently in our favor. With only 10 seconds left, it looks like a good win. Yes, we won another trade in the compounding session. Now my balance has turned into $177. Let's find a trade for $177 on the OTC market. Okay, we have a trade on Litecoin, but the candle has already turned red, so we'll avoid it. Here we have a trade on Bitcoin OTC for an upside move from the 25 EMA, but the candle has already moved up, so we'll avoid that as well. On Dogecoin, I placed a trade for an upside move from the 25 EMA. It was also a retracement trade, and the previous candle closed above the 25 EMA. The trade is currently in our favor, but there are still 10 seconds left, and it looks like a win. So yes, we won another trade. Now my balance has turned into $340. Let's find another trade for this compounding session. Okay, we have a trade on Litecoin OTC, and I placed a trade for the downside move from the moving average for about $340. You can see a solid downtrend here, and the candle is taking resistance from the 25 EMA. That's why I took this trade for the downside move. The 30-second candle has already turned red, but with only a few seconds left, it reversed. No problem. Let's take another trade for $340. Let's find a trade on the currency pairs. Okay, we have a trade on LBP USD, but the candle has already reversed. Now we have a trade on NZDJPY OTC, and I placed a trade for the downside move on NZDJPY OTC for $340. The trade is not currently in our favor, but there are still a few seconds left, and the candle is coming back in our favor. Alright. Only a few seconds left, and it's a win. We won another trade. My balance has increased to $653, starting from just $10. Alright, let's find one more trade for this compounding session using the moving average for 30 seconds. No, that's not a trade. Okay, we have a trade on Netflix OTC, and I placed a trade for the downside move. I entered a little too high. I placed a trade near the moving average, but it spiked down, leading to a slightly poor entry. No problem, the trade is still in our favor. You can see that the candle is taking resistance from the 50 EMA and has already turned red. The trade is still going in our favor. With only a few seconds left, it's a win. We won another trade. Now my balance has turned into $1,188, starting from just $10, with the help of moving averages using a 30-second strategy. Alright, you guys can also make money using moving averages on any time frame. It could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 30 seconds. You will see it works very well. If you enjoyed the video and learned something from it, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment your opinion about this 30-second strategy and the 30-second trades. If you want more videos like this, comment down below and don't forget to participate in the $50 giveaway. Alright, see you in the next video. Goodbye.